Welcome back, YouTube friends. Today we are sharing a project that we recently finished phase 1. This is what we call the Frenchtown project. And so I am going to reveal one of my favorite rooms that we've probably ever done. And today that is the dining room for the Frenchtown project. I'm Brett Seidel, the owner and principal designer of Lewis & Rose Interiors, a residential interior design firm located in booming Frisco, Texas. We are so excited to bring you everything from practical design tips and tricks, to fun room reveals, to informative interviews, and of course, a whole lot of really beautiful designs. Like, subscribe, and then comment with your thoughts and questions. We love hearing from you and can't wait to share with you some truly fun and inspiring content. So welcome. Okay, so this is one of my all-time favorite rooms, and I have actually never said that about a dining room. We constantly hear all the time, like, who uses dining rooms anymore? Nobody's that formal. So the fact that this is one of my favorites is unique. When this client came to us, he's a bachelor, he wanted us to design a space that really, yes, was bent towards like a masculine aesthetic, moody, a little bit darker, a little bit rustic, but also that people, like when his, friends that are ladies came over, that it didn't feel like overly polarizing. So the overall design scheme that we have for this house is really cool. It was basically Prohibition meets Mad Men meets Hunting Lodge. So that is the overall inspiration for the whole project. So here in the dining room, I'll walk you through a few of my favorite elements and how we came up with it. The first element that I think that just sets the mood, sets the tone for this dining room is this molding. Originally, there was just a simple chair rail molding. What that means is just one kind of singular piece of wood trim. It's at chair height, that's why it's called chair rail molding. And it went around, there wasn't really anything else to it, so it really felt flat. But we wanted to play up some of the millwork. Behind the drapes are some really beautiful heavy millwork, which is kind of details in wood and carpentry is what millwork is. So we wanted to keep some of that in here, and we really wanted to play up that chair rail, so kind of elevate it, take it to the next level. So we ripped the original chair rail off, and what we did is we just gave it more dimension. And then we painted it in a green color. It's called Sherwin-Williams Oak Leaf Brown, but don't be confused with the brown. It's actually green, and we love it because yes, it's dark, it's moody, but sometimes it looks green, sometimes it looks brown, sometimes it even looks borderline like charcoal. And if you have watched any of my other videos, you'll know that something I love to do as a designer is put these kind of like hidden nuances, hidden details, so that every time when someone walks in a space, they notice it a little bit different, or they see it in a little bit of a different way. So that's the color that we put on here. And then let's talk about this wallpaper. Okay, you guys. Philip Jeffries, this is a Philip Jeffries, the Rivets collection. Philip Jeffries is a wallpaper company. It is directly to the trade, meaning you have to purchase it like through us, through a designer. This is, it makes this room so elevated. It's sophisticated, it's dark, it's moody, it's got this billiards type atmosphere in it. And we brought it all the way up, so it has these little bitty kind of painted rivets all on it. It gives it really good just kind of symmetry as well. It's a grass cloth, so we love this wallpaper. And then we kind of wanted to sandwich it a little bit, so we took the color that was on the millwork and we brought it all the way up to the ceiling, again, to make sure that we were really hitting that intimate family dinners, cozy, moody vibe in here. These drapes over here, these are drapes that we started from the floor and we brought them literally all the way to the ceiling. We actually have it mounted to the ceiling. They're incredibly heavy. They're this really dark kind of olive, sage green. They're velvety. And this was actually one of the only things when we presented to the client where he's like, ooh, do I want velvet drapes? Like, I'm a dude, like, do I want velvet drapes? And we talked him into it. And now he's like, I'm so glad you guys talked us into it, because while this is all masculine and sophisticated and moody, this just softens the space. Again, because we wanted to make sure that it wasn't polarizing. So that's why we specifically chose the velvet texture. Okay, dining table. We wanted to bring in, again, a little bit of that hunting lodge, rustic vibe. So we knew we had to have, we have all this sophistication going on, right? This Prohibition, Mad Men style. We wanted to make sure we hit the hunting lodge. So we brought in this live edge table. Live edge basically means that the edge of it isn't cut straight through. It's this natural curve that just brings this organic tone in here, and just, it really helps it feel much more casual. We put all of these different chairs in here. They sit low, again, because we wanted people to be able to see this. So it's got this kind of plush leather backing. We pretty much across the board always recommend performance fabrics. That means when you're having your wine or your kids or whatever it is, it spills on there, it cleans off easily. So it's all performance fabric dining chair. We really didn't want to do the heavy, like host chairs, heavy upholstery, because it's a bachelor's pad, right? He doesn't need this very overly formal dining room. So we kept them just a little bit more casual. Last thing I really want to talk about is just kind of the overall colors in here, right? So we have these green drapes, and we have kind of a slightly darker tone of green on the millwork. And then in the rug, again, just little nuance of the green. And then we brought it up in this art right here, and it just makes it all cohesive. It's not all the exact shade of green. It's all slightly different, but it's all kind of on the same scale. So it just makes it all work. Okay, so that is the dining room for our Frenchtown project. If you guys like this, make sure that you are pressing the like button on these videos. What that does, and I just learned this recently, is it actually helps our videos kind of be seen by more people, again, so that we can make more and better content for you guys. So make sure that you're liking our videos, make sure you're subscribing them, turn the notifications on so that every week when we give a new one, you get notified. Okay, I will catch you next week for another video.